Hey, what is up, YouTube? It is Luke from QC3D. It's good to see you. It has been a couple months since I've done a non-YouTube short video here. Um, so I'm going to do something a little different this time. I normally show you my 3D printing farm, my little 3D print garden that I call it, updates and kind of what I'm doing, what I'm selling on Etsy. Um, I'm going to kind of stop at that a little bit. Kind of haven't done that in a couple months here. Just kind of getting irritated watching folks take my unique items that I come up with and just copy them and sling them. I mean, I've seen folks that have multiple of my items in their Etsy store that were kind of my unique designs and ideas. So um, I won't be sharing them here anymore. We're gonna share some other unique projects that I have been up to, and that's kind of what the topic is of this video here. If it's caught your attention, um, and these photos here and the thumbnail photo for this video, what is going on? What am I up to? So this is actually something from a couple months ago. I just haven't had the time to kind of compile things and put a video together. And as you'll see, this isn't the greatest video, but it's a really cool story. So I live in Middletown, Pennsylvania, and we're not known for much other than 3 Mile Island, the nuclear power plant in 1979 that kind of things happened. um, you know, that's why I get this glowing personality here. As I was born in 1979, about a mile up the road. So the what's that have to do with these radiation robots and what am I talking about? So, right now, 3 Mile Island here in Middletown, Pennsylvania, is being decommissioned. So they no longer producing power there. They're decommissioning this, and it's a many year project to kind of turn it into a green space. So a few months ago, I get a call from. I get a call, I get an email, kind of both simultaneously, saying, "Hey, can you do some prints? I've got files. Um, I'm from out of state. I'm coming in town. I need these by the end of the week or in a couple days or something." And I mean, before I could respond into the email, I get the call. And it's from a team of engineers working to decommission the nuclear power plant in Middletown, Pennsylvania. Um, so they had already had files in hand. They just need somebody to print them locally. And I'm like, hey man, I've got a lot of PLA plastic. Is that okay? What's this for? And it's for robots, custom robots that will be working in areas that humans cannot go to clean up. So um, I don't know if PLA and 3D printed plastic is okay in these areas, but obviously it is. I made parts, and they ordered a lot more. So, kind of going to walk you through the little, some of the parts I made. I forgot to take pictures of a lot of it. I made a lot of parts over a month kind of period. They've kind of ordered multiple times a week over a couple week period to kind of do the project they were doing. So they were cleaning up in an area that humans couldn't go. So they have a robot that they make attachments for. So yeah, let's kind of check it out here. So they started. This is kind of one of the first files they sent me to make. I have no idea what this part is. Apparently, there's some kind of an arm that goes in here, this hole on this side, and it holds cameras. It's part of this arm piece. I don't know, but this is the first thing. I need to do supports. It's a very odd shape. It's not flat. You just can't. You just can't hit right on this one. So they didn't need it to be, extremely tough, like a heavy infill. I think I did like a 20%, 25% infill or something on the final print of this. It took a good bit of hours. I mean, these things, a lot of detail, a lot of plastic. They needed a few of these. So I started printing those. Um, they would order, here's a kind of a box. They would pick up a box from me every couple of days of these pieces. So this is kind of where it started. I would uh, pull the supports out of here and on these, and they get different colors. Again, there's two different robots they were working with, and to see these in this dark area with night vision cameras, they needed to tell these robots apart. So different parts come in different colors. So these are kind of the first batches coming out on these pieces here. So it kind of came up with just a price per print hour on these. I mean, they did all the design work, which is I can't create something like this, not in Tinkercad. Um, so yeah, I got a couple other little brackets and pieces along with it. They would order more once they seen how things would fit, and they're good. They may tweak a couple things with the files and reorder from me. So that was going good. Eventually, here's a picture of the base of this robot, and then off the top of here, all the other equipment would hatch. But this is kind of the a SketchUp. So these robots were getting hung up on things, and there was a lot of debris. So this is basically a debris plow they had designed. They designed this plow. There are some lights that shine through, so all these holes here on the front of this plow, they shine through on that. But this plow is a little bit bigger than what my Prusa Minis could do. So it was even too big for what my Prusa Mark III could do. So if you can see on this, there's kind of three main parts. These two little side, pieces in front of the wheels here, they're separate, and then the big plow portion. So when this robot would go out, it would get caught up on things. It would get stuck. What are you going to do? You can't go down and just grab it. So it was really cool. I got to see some videos from the guys. But they would send along the Boston Dynamics Spot Dog along with it. A little later in my pictures here, you're going to see that. Well, you're kind of going to see, but I 3D printed some TPU little grips and bars that on the back of these robots that this Boston Dynamics dog can kind of grab and rescue these robots. So they're kind of one as a team with these robots and one of these Boston Dynamics dogs. I believe the folks that drove this robot came from out of the country and would fly in to use this to perform these tasks. But this is the big plow. This thing this took a long time to print. I think it was like a 24-hour print, something like that. It was a big print. It's got to be pretty strong. It's not solid, but it's got a lot of infill on it. There was some supports on it kind of at the back. You can still kind of see some scrap around the back there that I started pulling off mid-print. Yeah, there was a little bit of supports on that, but a big piece. That's one of the pieces there. Then later on, we did some of these scoops. This is kind of mid-print here, these scoops to pick things up, to shovel things up, debris up, move things around. So a few different scoop options. I had a couple other scoop types on different printers, but I was able to fit three here, so we went with three on the Mark III for these. Off in the distance here on the far left on the Mark III, the orange spool, that's creating this little grab bar for the back of the robot. I wish I had a closer up picture of that. I do not, but that's that kind of in the corner there. But a really cool little project for a really cool purpose. It was multiple weeks of prints. I even did, which I unfortunately I don't have photos for. I was digging. I also made some reactor models for this company as well to take to trade shows to kind of show things off. The guys are very good at CAD, much better than I will ever be at CAD. So they just kind of, they like my rates, which they were fine for me. So they just kind of sent over files and files. So I printed all kinds of split reactor models for them. So a really neat, really good month, that month of 3D printing. So that's what's going on. There's a little update. Other than that, man, we're printing the normal items as usual. Not a lot of new stuff coming out. as of yet. There's recently some new items that I came up with a month or two ago that finally are getting into the Etsy algorithm and selling. Um, Another thing is I've heard somebody say try to avoid putting your Etsy shop onto vacation mode. I did that. Um, I was out for a long week and I didn't want orders to kind of back up. I didn't want to delay anything. I put my shop on vacation mode for 3 days. Um, and turned it back on, and crickets. It took a few days to kind of things to trickle back in again. So this month, where it's kind of hitting me, I had a little hiccup in the month here. So I probably will end light this month because of vacation mode. Somebody mentioned it in their video. I should have listened. Should have just stretched out the ship time a little further. And not went on vacation mode. So hey, those that have Etsy, keep that in mind. Um, yeah, so that's all it's new. I did some other cool projects in the meantime since the last video, and I will get to those as well. But I thought this one was really cool. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. All kinds of 3D print and Etsy related stuff. Alrighty, have a good one.